Right now, you are checking out a Toronto Rappers exclusive interview with your boy Peter Jackson.
This right here, this is real hard for me. This is like looking in the mirror and only seeing the things that you hate about yourself. You feel like there's no way out. Like no one understands the way you actually feel. No one's ever gonna see the things that I see. No, it's just hard sometimes. At the end of the day, you gotta overcome all the emotion and all the pain. And be strong for yourself and the people around you. No one's perfect. Look, they say my attitude changed when she left me. It did, homie, what you expect, B? So gone, I ain't really see it though. Addicted to a touch, I ain't tryna let it go. So confused, blinded by the point of view.
I was Peter Jackson. Let the world know who Peter Jackson is.
I mean, first and foremost, I'm a hip-hop artist, entrepreneur, and a hustler. I mean, you know, music is my life, day to day, day in, day out. That's really what it is. It's a normal dude trying to make it, you know?
All right, that's cool. So what's your label status? Are you signed? We see a lot of big records, a lot of collabos.
I mean, basically, that's all been, you know, funded through the things that we do, music-wise and stuff. I mean, I have a label situation. It's Fontana Universal, but it's strictly distribution, and I have my own label on Fontana Universal, which is called Richmond Street Records, with my manager Chris McKee, and we own the label 50/50. And we got two R&B artists on the label as well as myself, Daryl Riley and Patrick Christopher. So basically, it's an independent grind still, and it's been a push. But I've been lucky to have the means and the connections to work with a lot of the people I've worked with.
All right, so far, what you put out so far?
I mean, a while ago I put out a bunch of mixtapes. I've probably done about 3 mixtapes. My first real serious mixtape was called Boombox and a Tape, which was hosted by Royce da 5'9" and Naughty by Nature. That came out Halloween last year. And then I dropped an EP of my album just to kind of test the waters and have something to take on tour with me, which was called The Introduction. And then most recently in June, I think, it was June, the release date changed so many times, so was my album In My Life, and we just actually cracked the top 200 this week again with the album sales. And I mean, going into Christmas, everybody's selling out, so it was real dope to find out this month we cracked the top 200.
When I'm gone,
I'm happy about it.
and all the smoke clears and I'm alone, I wanna be able to live with myself and the choices I made. I wanna be able to look at myself in the mirror and be proud of what I became. Not just for the people around me, but for the people who depend on me, but for my family. I can't change the past, undo the hurt I caused to people. But what I can do is apologize for the mistakes I made and the hurt I caused to myself and others. Sincerely, Peter Jackson.
Work with all the major artists that you've been working with. What have you picked up? What have you learned from working with all these major artists, and who are the major artists that you've been working with?
I mean, first I got the chance, like the first major like American artist I got the chance to work with was Royce da 5'9", and that was on the Paperboy record we had. And Royce has been, you know, a major influence to me, just learning and seeing how they work and they move on tour and everything. So I mean, working with Royce was a real dope experience for me. I learned a lot with Naughty by Nature, with Treach. I still speak to Treach like weekly, and I mean, he showed me a lot from my stage performances and what he liked and what they didn't like, and I mean, holding the mic a certain way and how to get the best sound out of mics and things like that. So I mean, I learned a lot from Naughty by Nature, and Treach is an OG, and I mean, they understand the business side of everything. So working with people like that was amazing. And I mean, I had the chance to tour with Busta Rhymes across Canada, and his stage show with Spliff is next to none. So, you know, with that, I just really soaked like a sponge on that tour and just watched and learned what he did and what his hype man in the role he played, because I have a hype man as well. So I mean, that was real dope. And I mean, with Sizzla, I had the chance to actually go to Jamaica and work with him, and the amount of love that they had for me down there and that they showed me was like incredible. So just getting to see that side of the industry with those guys in the dancehall community and the reggae community was incredible for me, because I'm definitely, you know, new to that scene 100%. I'm not a reggae artist. I'm not a dancehall artist. You know what I mean? So it was crazy because honestly, I don't know if I expected the amount of love that they gave me down there, and you know, showed me, you know, family respect. So it was dope.
All right, you got a track out with T-Pain. What's that situation with that track with T-Pain, bro?
That was a contest. And I think like 5,000 people entered that contest, and there's like 50 left in it, and I'm in the contest. So who knows? Hopefully by the time this interview comes out, I either won the contest or I won't be talking about the contest ever again. But yeah, they told me to put the record out, and A&R had hit my phone, and they were like, yo, put the record out, drop the record. So I put it on YouTube, and I put it up for download, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping, you know, in the next couple weeks that becomes my record. But that's the only feature. Like, that's like right now that's really not mine, but we'll see. Hopefully in the next couple weeks that becomes my record, so look out for it.
Cool. All right, what's your opinion on the status of hip hop in Canada in general?
I mean, every time I'm asked a question like that about the Canadian industry in Toronto and everything, I love it because I mean, I've been making a living off hip hop for a few years now, so I think it's here. I think it's big. I mean, some of my favorite rappers are from Canada. People that I'm listening to every morning. You know, when I'm in the studio working with some of my favorite rappers. But I think that it's here. I mean, you know, from shows and everything. There's a lot going on in Toronto, and there's a ton going on in Canada, especially in other markets that people don't know about. I mean, I do a lot of business and a lot of work out in Winnipeg. Vancouver has a huge scene. I know a lot of rappers from Winnipeg and stuff. Check the site. It's things like that. So I mean, I think it's huge. I think it's here, and I think it's just growing. And people like Drake and Cardinal and Class and Maestro and people like that have really opened the door for the Americans to take notice to what we're doing over here. And you know, it's just building. It's just getting bigger. It's a huge market now.
All right, you got. The thing about Peter Jackson is you got the lyrics too. Like, you're not just the average rapper. You really got the ability. You can spit. You got the lyrics to go with it. What's your thought process before you get in the lab?
Music that I like making most is tracks like that record I had, Mama, just because it's more real to me, and it's like it's my situations, and it's a lot of people have the exact same situations that I have and gone through the same stuff that I have. I mean, I'm from the suburb. I'm from, you know, a town with 120,000 people, which is, you know, most of the population lives, you know, like me, middle class and everything. And I mean, my problems are other people's problems and stuff. And I mean, that's the type of music that I like making because I feel that music so much more. And I mean, my thought process towards making records and stuff is just when I hear a beat and the emotions drawn from it and stuff, and records like that, they really generate the way they're supposed to with me, because that's my pocket on a record. So I mean, my thought process is different with approaching every record. You know, I don't really force records, like album records. I didn't force anything. I just did them. And I mean, when I did the reggae and dancehall record, I got Sizzla because I wanted to make sure I did a dancehall record, a reggae record, a real, you know, had a real producer who does that, actually make that. So I have to adapt to what he does now and do it properly. And you know, when I did a pop record, I made sure I went and got a pop producer and a real pop singer, and then got on her record and did it her way. So I mean, I'm just, you know, my thought process is definitely different every single time I touch a record, and it's not, you know, too intricate. There's nothing too crazy about it, but I just keep it real and try to do it 100%.
All right, with all the information that you got, what's your opinion for up and coming artists that don't know the tricks of the trades that you know, and adapting to surroundings like you're talking about?
I mean, be humble, definitely, 100%. You know, there's, you know, guys that can play basketball better than Michael Jordan that just never got noticed because they didn't have the right tools. So I think it's just basically a thing of like, keep pushing. Like, no matter what, like, you know, you've got to push for yourself, because, you know, I have a manager, yes, and I have people that work with me and do my stuff, but, like, I'm still out there putting flyers and posters up with my youngins. I'm still doing everything myself. I'm very hands-on with everything, because that's the only way, you know, you can really make something work. And the American manager that I'm talking to right now about working with in the new year, I should have a situation over there. She used to drive around Jay-Z in her Honda, and they used to put flyers up, and like, if a man like that had enough, you know, to go put up all his stuff and do it himself, then I just really think that everybody should be out there pushing for themselves. Like, you have to self-promote, because I'm not gonna promote you if you can't promote yourself, and you can't get people to come see you at shows, and you don't have a fan base. Then, you know, you really need to get that.
All right, so who's hot in the city in your eyes?
In Toronto, to me, and in Canada right now, like I was just saying to my man, I'm listening to Big Lean. I think he's dope. I like what he's doing. I like his style. I don't think it sounds like anybody I've ever heard before, so I really like him. Sosa, obviously, you know, that's a no-brainer. Obviously, I'm feeling my own music, or I wouldn't be still rapping. I put that time into somebody else. Era's dope. I mean, Era's crazy. There's a lot of people in the city that I like. There's a lot of people east of the city too that I like. And I mean, in Montreal, Magnum 357 is definitely, that's the music I grew up listening to. What he's doing is everything that I really like about hip hop. And I mean, I really salute him, and the movement they actually have in Montreal is super refreshing, and it's real dope. And I mean, Guillotine, I really like Guillotine stuff. They've always showed me, that team has always showed me a lot of love from jump. A lot of people, man. There's a lot of people I know that I'm forgetting, but definitely, man, the people I said are definitely people I'm listening to on an everyday, you know.
All right. Any words of wisdom, and how can people get in contact with Peter?
I can't really tell anybody what to do. I mean, for themselves. But like I said before, just push. Do not listen to anybody. If you really, you know, if you really feel it and you really believe in it, you just got to do it. And I mean, nobody can tell you different at the end of the day. And they can get a hold of me through Twitter at PeterJackson905. I mean, that's the most unpersonal I can get about it. So that's it. This right here is my new mixtape I got coming out. No Talking. I got it hosted by Maestro Fresh West, mixed by my DJ Dames Nellis. And I got a whole bunch of people on a mixtape. I got Philly's Most Wanted. I've always been a fan of them, so I got them to do something on the mixtape. Bizarre came through, did something. I got a record with Joel Ortiz, but I don't know if we're gonna use it for the mixtape or if we're gonna use it for the album that's coming out around the Junos. And yeah, man, check this out. This is something else I got right here.
I'm in the room smoking heavy with the lights off. I ain't seen my G in 3 weeks, no nights off. It got me thinking about the times I was flat broke, trying to get 36 Beagles and an ounce of dope. Trying to make change, but nothing different down on my socks. Got my first ass whooping from a fucking cop. Got my first big look when I fucking with Beanie. Tore the stage up for 4 Nas, you should've seen me. I was high and drunk, fucking licked. Thought I was dope, now I don't remember shit. They say I'm slipping like 2 puddles in slimy rocks. Trying to get a grip, body with paper box. All the talk about me got me in my head a lot, and all the hating got me thinking that I should've stopped. I dropped a real solid album and it didn't flop. I sold 5 and change and mama never popped. See, I'm a good dude, but old friends never call. I'm not afraid to change, young and I'm afraid to fall. I tell them how I feel, they love the real rap. I speak the God's honest truth when my soul snap. You know what I mean?
I mean, that right there, that's just a little taste of what's on the mixtape. I took that beat a Joe Budden record, so hopefully he doesn't get too mad, because I feel like I murdered that record. So, I mean, you know what it is. Shout outs to Joe Budden, and shout outs to the whole camp, Slaughterhouse, everybody out in the States, Toronto rappers for taking the time to come all the way out here to Durham. I mean, my man asked me if it was roaming on his cell phone, so I mean, it's a little far, but it's not that far. You know what it is, man. Your boy Peter Jackson, PeterJacksonMusic.ca.